Alright guys, welcome and thank you for selecting the College Money Matters Personal Monthly Spending Plan Workshop. This presentation is sponsored by the Peer Mentor program at Australia Mountain Community College. And just real quick, just a little background about the Peer Mentor program. It actually was founded in 2008 by students of EMCC. Our mission is to help new and returning students become successful college students by assisting them in developing strong skills for life and college success. With all this being said, peer mentors are still fellow students, but without a shadow of a doubt, can help brainstorm strategies like time management and organizational skills. Peer mentors are also knowledgeable about resources on campus and can provide suggestions and options to be successful college students. And before we get started, just a little disclaimer guys, the information in this workshop is for educational purposes only. The information in this workshop is not to be utilized as financial advice, so don't make any financial decisions based off the information given from this workshop without the assistance of a financial advisor. Alright, so let's get started. In this presentation, we will define what a spending plan is, along with how to create one. So, what is a spending plan? Well, a spending plan is a plan used to help one decide how much money is being spent and how it's being spent. The foundation of a spending plan depends on knowing what your income and expenses are. So we have to know these things. We have to know how much we're making a month and how much our expenses are. So why do we need one? Right? There's always that one person that says, well, why do we need, this, or why do we need that? Well, honestly, there's a lot of reasons why creating a personal spending plan is beneficial, but we're just only going to cover 6 main reasons why. So the first one is to know where our income is coming from, right? So anything like jobs, scholarships, loans, grants, all of those things would tell us where our income is coming from. And then our second one is to know where our income is going. Right, so things like bills, school, books, paying back loans, gas, food, medical expenses, all of those things will tell us how our money is being distributed. And the third one is to take a look at your long-term goal and make them a priority. And right, so what's a long-term goal? A long-term goal is a goal that takes 2 to 5 years to complete. So with that being said, you can already know that you're going to need diligence and persistence to reach your long-term goal. The fourth reason is that it will help us by making our long-term goal more manageable. You see, because we've already taken the previous step of prioritizing our goals, and now that everything is prioritized, we can go in and make our goals a little bit easier to accomplish. And the fifth reason is just to prepare for the unexpected. The way this is done is by having a savings plan. The ideal savings plan is saved over a 3 to 6 month period. And then the final reason, guys, is to have an increased peace of mind, knowing that you have a spending plan to reach future financial goals and unexpected emergencies, right? And that's true, right? It's always good to go to sleep at night knowing that you're being responsible and that you're being a good steward with your finances. All right, so now that we already touched on what a spending plan is and the importance of having one in our lives, now let's go ahead and do an activity that can help us practice how to use one. So on your budgeting activity worksheet, you'll find this sheet to be made up of rows and columns and dollar signs. And at first glance, it looks kind of confusing. But if you look closely, you'll see that there are 2 columns. One for monthly expenses and the other for yearly expenses. And at the bottom, it has 2 rows for the total amount of monthly and yearly expenses. So that takes care of the columns in the rows portion. But if you look on the left-hand side, long ways down the page, you'll see a list of financial expenses, and they're all kind of grouped into 5 categories. And I'll go ahead and I'll explain the categories right now. On the first category on the top of the screen, you're going to see different things like rent, or mortgage, or utilities, or phone, or all that stuff. All that stuff is going to be your bill category. Okay, and then moving down, I like to call this category the accessories to life category, right? So anything like eating out, Starbucks, fast food, all those things are going to be under the accessory. And then moving right along, you'll see the entertainment category. So movies, concerts, going out to clubs, all of those things will be under the entertainment. And then emergency, and then gifts. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go through and fill out each expense for the 5 different categories. And if some of these expenses don't apply to you right now, that's okay. This is just a scenario, and this is just to get our, just to kind of get our feet wet to the future things that might happen. So if some of these things don't apply to you right now, like the rent or the mortgage, you can just go to AZ Central website, scroll down the left hand side to the cars and homes to find out what a mortgage or car might cost, and that's going to give you a good estimate to fill in these different categories. And then after you guys are done with that, you're going to add up all the monthly expenses, and that's going to be your total monthly expense. And after that, you're going to times that total monthly expense times 12, right? Because there's 12 months in a year. That's going to give you your yearly monthly expense. Okay, and at the bottom of the screen right here, you guys will see it says salary for taxes. So you can actually go to your to the Cooter website, and it'll tell your income for your desired career. And what you're going to do is you're going to subtract 1/3 of that from your income yearly. You're going to subtract 1/3 of that for your salary taxes. Okay, and then what you guys are going to do, you're going to look at your yearly income, and then you're going to match it with the total expenses for monthly and then for yearly. And then you're going to see if you could be able to survive on that, right? And if you guys are looking at it, if you guys are saying, oh my goodness, I am toast, have no fear. This is why we do this exercise, guys, is to just prepare us for that. So don't freak out, be of good courage. Alright guys, I would like to thank you for taking the time to view this presentation, and feel free to watch the other 2 videos in our College Money Matters series. In those videos we'll talk about topics such as different types of college loans and how to set up a 5-year plan. So, as always, this is the Peer Mentor Program signing out. I'll see you guys next time.